Depends which one. Like Spain, since the 1400s, Via España. That's the thing. I think the UK also, it's quite old. It stayed the same way. Ireland and such. I know.
And then they did very smart move with the monarchy. They they were like, okay, everybody is trying to kill their kings. Let's stay kings, but kind of you get the power. So how was it for you to come back from democracy
Here it comes.
in the in the Spanish monarchy?
So, let me tell you. I'll tell you. Spain has a king. We're the kingdom of Spain. We have a king and a princess, by the way, which will become the queen at some point. So, guys,
She's hot.
there's a chance you could rule Spain. I'm leaving that there. But yeah. we have
Imagine
a
she
king.
marries like a black guy. That would be so fucking awesome.
That
Or
would
a
be
fucking
fun.
South American.
That would be no. I want a guy called Jamal. That would be cool. That would be cool, actually. It's like because they are kind of lame in general.
He gets
So
blacked.
to big, she'll get blacked,
And then the future king will be fucking Obama style.
and he'll be But I'm more interested in Jamal in this case, in the husband of the queen, because he will pimp it up in the palace, which will be really, really an awesome thing.
This for American
But yeah,
standards is like, oh my god, they're so racist. Let's get them canceled.
Yeah, but it's not mean spirited, okay, everybody.
No,
It
it's
isn't.
like we would love that
We're
because
having fun here. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a king, we have a princess. She's single. I don't know, actually, but maybe. And that's the thing. Latin American people get pissed off often because when they come to Spain, if they want to get the visa to stay, they need to sign a paper that swears loyalty to the king.
oh yeah.
And it bugs them, and I kind of get it. But hey, it's what you need to do.
I had to swear too when I got my Italian passport. I had to swear to defend the republic and the president and the constitution.
Okay.
That was cool. And
It's
then
similar in the end. I mean,
after-
the king of Spain, like, it's more a representative role, like an ambassador or something like that. Like, you're meeting with the king of Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you send some dude who will change every 4 years, or do you send some dude who has like a heritage? No, so that's the whole point. There's 20 arguments against the monarchy, and there's 5 good in favor of it. So it is kind of one-sided, but that there's the good elements to it, that you can use this figure to contact other royal monarchs and stuff, and it's.
But also,
It's
nobody
somewhat-
can dream about becoming the king, or like in the States, everybody can dream about becoming the president.
True. That's the fucked up part. Like, it's by right of birth, which is
Do
one
you-
of the biggest fucked up issues. Unless, again, if you marry the princess, guys.
We have a similar thing in Italy. We have the Pope. We have the
The
Pope.
king of Catholics.
Yeah, the king of Catholics. And it's a big deal when he passed because we're like, yeah, bro, we kind of want to see the new one. And every time it's like, it's going to be a black guy. It's going to be an Asian guy. When we're going to try something new. And last time they did the Argentinian guy.
Yeah, they went Latin America. The next might be a black dude.
But I think because the Latin American is the most Catholic guys in the world right now, to be honest.
Thanks to us.
Although they're savages, like all the cartels being like super Catholic and then fucking up people in the most brutal way.
Yeah, we were doing the same.
But how do you feel about the king? Do you ever think about any king? Like your king, the other kings?
I'm a bit divided by the whole king issue because it is ridiculous. It is quite ridiculous. Somehow in Spain it seems to work, but if I had to say yes or no, I'm leaning no. It is kind of silly, the whole thing. There's practical elements. In some monarchies in Europe, it sort of works as a representative. Well, the UK. I think the most important monarchy in all of Europe is the UK. They're the richest. They're the ones who are more influential. I think they're also the head of the church. So they're sort of the Pope
true.
kind of thing. And but by the way, so King Charles, he's the king now of the UK.
After, I don't know.
1 trillion years, yes. So the lady, she stayed there until the last minute. I think it was sort of a fuck you to her son, like, fuck you, I'm staying here till the end.
You know when Putin did all this history lecture
Yeah.
about, like the queen actually took part.
She knew them. Oh, yes. He said, well, Prince Olaf. Yes, Prince Olaf. I knew him.
We were used to drink together at the bar.
So, you gotta feel bad for Charles. Like, he waited for decades and decades. He's now a pretty old guy. And I hear he has cancer, actually, which is kind of sad and hilarious.
Don't laugh about this because because we're gonna get cancer.
Exactly, karma is a bitch. But still, it's kind of funny. No, but okay. His British monarchy, he has infinite money, infinite resources. So if some dude will get cured from cancer, it's him.
Yeah, true. But also, I think the British people being like, bro, we just paid for one fucking super expensive celebration.
The crowning and the burial, or both.
The burial, the crowning, and then they're like, fuck, now we
It's
got
a tough sell because...
Since Brexit happened, they have like super bad karma. Like, it's awful.
Exactly. It's all because of Brexit. But, the royalty thing in the UK, it has to bring a lot of tourism. So it's unclear, right? How much money do they lose? How much money do they win with it?
But I was thinking that actually, like, we talk shit about monarchy, but if you think about it, in Europe there are a lot of monarchies. We have Spain. Portugal is not anymore a monarchy, right?
No.
They dropped it. UK, which is Europe, but not anymore European Union, so we don't count it. The Netherlands, it's a monarchy. Denmark, it's a monarchy.
All the Scandinavians,
Norway, Sweden, they're monarchies. Crazy shit.
They're doing
Russia, it's a monarchy. Let's be honest.
Yes, sort of. More dictatorship. But yeah. But, I mean, there's an
They
argument.
just changed name, rebranding. Like, okay.
The argument against it is that some of the top dogs in Europe, France and Germany, they're not. And it works. So that's a strong argument against it.
But, I mean, in the end of the day, the king doesn't do anything. He's just like saying there, hi. The weirdest thing about Spain, you have to tell me, why the heck you don't have no words when you sing the anthem? Like, you don't sing it. You're like...
It's just music.
Yeah. Nice music.
I'll tell you why, because we don't need it. That's why.
Also, Argentinians, I think, don't have words.
I think they do. I think in Spain it's tricky, because the thing about Spain is that in the end, Spain is
but I heard that they forbid the words. There are words, but they don't sing them anymore.
There are no words. I mean, in the time of the dictatorship with Franco, there were words.
Yeah,
but that was another anthem, a completely different national anthem. The song, the music, and everything, it was completely different. And the current one, the thing is, because Spain is it's a bunch of kingdoms united into one country. Maybe that's why they don't want to put words into the anthem, because they don't want to piss off the Galicians, the Basques, the Catalans, the Andalusians, the Valencians. All of these were kingdoms in the past which united at some point. When you're driving through Spain, you will see you're entering the kingdom of Asturias. By the way, that's my people, Asturias. And that's the thing. Like, it's one country, but it's more the unification of several kingdoms put together. I think that's why I don't know. We're happy with our music thing. There's a lot of funny rhymes, though. Like, they make sense in Spanish. They don't make sense in
And also, like, we talk about the Roman Empire, but the exploration of the Americas is something very connecting between Italy and Spain. Because our Italian guy from Genova, like Columbus, went to the king and was like, bro, I have a business plan.
This is an endless discussion. Italians say Italy discovered America because the dude was Italian.
No, we say
Spanish
Italian. We say an Italian guy discovered America. We don't say Italy discovered it. But because there was no Italy. That was like one kingdom, the kingdom of Genova. Colombo. And he went there, La Niña, La Pinta, La Santa Maria.
Very good.
Well, bro, we learned that stuff. Like, I was watching, I think, the Andrew Schultz podcast. What is it called? Flagrant 2?
Yeah.
And the other guy, the Indian guy, what is he called? No.
Sakar.
I don't know. We're very bad.
If they ever hear this, they will fucking murder us.
It doesn't matter. But he was saying that only white people like history because it's like...
because we dominate. But that's kind of ignorant, though. I mean, I don't know. Like, we just don't know. Like, Indian history, I know very, very little.
Yeah, but I think they have a different connection to history. Like, I talk a lot with... I have an Indian colleague, and I talk a lot about like the British Empire and the stuff. And
are they still salty about it?
I don't know. If I was thinking about it, they are the only country that freed themselves by non-violence. Like,
impressive. It is impressive. Come on.
Yeah, they feel not violent.
But you mentioned Columbus. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's what happened.
Do you miss it a lot? Like, do you have regret? Like, as a European, I think, imagine if we didn't drop the United States. Like, if England was smart and they didn't say, like, motherfuckers, you're going to pay taxes and shut the fuck up. Instead, they said, well, we're going to give you some representatives in our parliament.
I see. So it's all about letting them think that they're in charge, but not really. That would be a plan.
No, in the end, to control a place, what do you need? You need the politicians. So it would have been very hard, although, because there were no flights between the states.
Everything took months, and we don't know anything about anything. We don't know people. We don't know anything. But Spain, the Spanish territory was gigantic, almost all of South America and Central America.
If you forget about what you want. I heard this story recently that was the first time I've heard it about the one of the conquistadores with sea.
Cortés?
Cortés. I think it was Cortés.
From the Aztec.
That he burned the boats. Was it he the guy that burned the boats?
Yes, that's Cortés.
That's this guy is savage.
He's a crazy fucker. Well, was a crazy fucker. And I mean, the dude, first of all, they told him, don't attack the Aztecs. We probably will at some point, but for now, we don't want war. Don't attack. And he attacked the Aztecs. And he knew he was going to piss everybody off, so he got to the place, burned the ships, like from here it's on to victory. Because if we win, then they cannot tell us, dude, I told you not to attack. No, if he wins, he wins. And he was a brutal guy who fought a brutal war. But they defeated the Aztecs in the end.
I heard he did it so that his men cannot tell him to go back to, like, they cannot surrender.
Exactly. It's only forward from here. They also did a lot of, like, it sounds like Cortés and a couple hundred guys, they took over the Aztec Empire. Not really what they did. The Aztecs were really crushing the people around them, the other tribes and the other peoples. So they got together with those people and say, hey, are you sick of the Aztecs? All together we can kick their asses. And that's sort of how they did it. It's not just the Spanish. Also, it's true, they had this thing called big fat cannons. The Aztecs didn't have that. They didn't have that. And that's a big thing, you know. So that worked, and it was back and forth. They got their ass kicked a couple times by the Aztecs, but in the end, Cortés did it. He was brutal. He killed millions of people, probably millions, not, but thousands of people for sure. The Spanish had another little weapon on their favor, which was viruses.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's smallpox or something like that. Everyone in Europe was immune from the Black Death, the plague, and all the smallpox and all this stuff. And the poor natives, they were not.
And they
so more than half people just didn't die from war or fighting or cannons or whatever. It's just, here, you got the flu. Now you're dead. It's, brutal times.
I know also that story about the sexual diseases with the guys that were racing back.
Okay, some guys were having fun. Oh, Jesus. So much judgment here. Guys can't have fun anymore. So the thing is... No, that you're talking about Pinzon, I think. Yeah. But that's before Cortés. Like Columbus, he was going to America with the Pinzon brothers in the Pintanilla, Santa Maria. Santa Maria was Columbus, and the others were the Pinzons. They reach America, well, the Caribbean. They find the Caribbean, and I guess there was a lot of sexual activity going on around there. I'm guessing not very consensual. That's true. But at some point, the Pinzon gets syphilis. The syphilis was... somehow the natives were immune to it, but not the Spanish who arrived there. And the travel back to Spain was kind of a race, because whoever got first to the king would say, dude, we hit the gold mine here. So there was a race between Columbus and Pinzon. Pinzon arrived actually a little bit earlier, but he fucking died of syphilis on the way to Madrid from Galicia. And he didn't make it, then fucking dead. And so Columbus got first. He said, bro, we did it. And then he got all the glory. And
how was it for you coming back from the States, back to Spain? Did you get any idea? You were too young, I mean.